Hi Sagis, how are you guys doing? Welcome to Sagittarius Tarot and another reading. Today's reading, we are going to tackle a little bit of different areas in your life. So are you excited? How are you guys doing? Let's look. So, first of all, I'm going to be using the Angels and Ancestors Oracle to take a look at your body, right? Diet, fitness, health. Let's see what the cards have in store for you. And so, the first card is Broken Arrow reversed. Embrace the energy of peace, and it is in reverse. And this card is coupled with the Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. And so with these two cards in reverse, what this is indicating for me that, first of all, like sedentary lifestyle is not good for you. So I want you to go out there, be active, right? Put in your 10,000 steps. If you're a runner, go for your 5K or 2K or whatever it is. Just be active, right? Be out there. Try to, I don't know, take the steps up instead of taking the elevator. Try to walk and be active, do errands, do chores, all of that, right? There is something about sedentary lifestyle that is not good for your overall fitness and health. So that's from a fitness perspective. If we're looking at it from a diet perspective, I think the way I feel is like you should be experimenting by like enriching your diet, right? If you have been like following the same sort of recipes or you've been eating the same sort of things along for a while now, I want you to really like diversify. There's a lot of cuisines to tap into. There's a lot of ways to cook. So with these two cards, the advice here is to really try to diversify the ingredients or the recipes or the ways you cook and be open to different ways of doing things. That'll be really good for you. And that's from a diet sense. Now, if we're looking at a health perspective, I feel like a an adventure would do you good because maybe this is talking about some sort of psychosomatic disease or something that is just like originated from a stressful day of work or a lot of stress or maybe a lot of routine that's sort of like killing your vibe and energy. And so from that, what I'm trying to say and feel here is that a day like that's just so an adventure doesn't have to be always something grand, right? It can be something where you're just breaking the routine a little bit. So whether this is like going to a new area, whether this is exploring in nature, whether this is like even sometimes even daydreaming or watching something else can be as invigorating than what you usually watch, right? This could be anything of that sort, right? This is talking about breaking up some sort of routine because your health also like is going through something due to stress or stagnation. So that is one. Sorry, just trying to align the cards for you to be able to see all of them. And so yeah, that's what I see for you. Now let us look at your career. I'm going to put these here. Let us look at your career with the Hidden Truth Oracle deck. The first card you get, I wish I had treated you better. And the second card, I feel you even though we are apart. And in a career or work aspect, this talks really about a job or a project or a client that you have given in way more than you deserve. And although you haven't been assigned the value that you wanted, you kept giving and you kept, giving it your all, whether because you're passionate about it, whether it's because you have like business ethics, whether it's because you believe that the other person will change, whether it's because you're resilient. There's so many like reasons why you did what you did and you kept giving and giving. But I feel like with this, I feel some sort of change. There is some sort of change looming, either in your direction or in your attitude, right? So this is either you looking for another project or another client or another job, whether you landed it or not. You're just, what I'm trying to tell you is like you're already looking that way, and the other person already feels that energy or already expects it or something like that. Or you have a change in your attitude where, let's say, you were giving like 200% and now you'll be like, fuck it, you only get 50, right? And from that perspective, I see the other person, like the recruiter, the client, the person, the partner, whatever you deal with, right, in your business, sort of are biting their lip in a little bit of remorse and like really wishing they would treat you better. And sort of like, I feel like it is that moment, or it's because now that they know that they might lose you or that they lost you, right? It's only now that they're able to see your true value and not take you for granted. And that's why it says, I feel you even though we are apart. So there is that. So that's good, because that means there is change already implemented in your attitude or towards something else and in your job. And I think that was needed, right? Like things could not have continued the way they did. It wasn't sustainable on any sort of level. Now, let us look at your energy, your destiny, your fate, your theme, whatever you want to call that. And we're using the love and light for that matter. The first card is connecting with the living water. The sea belongs to him, for he made it. His hands formed the dry land too. And this is talking overall in general, like as an energy, that this is the marriage of emotions and material. So I think like this card is calling you, and this is what you're gonna be achieving whenever you are tapping into this reading around that time in the near future, is that you're going to be able to marry your emotions with your material. Meaning you'll be able to, let's say, if we're talking career, like land a job that both fulfill you emotionally and is really like pays well, right? If this is a relationship, it's a relationship that fulfills you a lot emotionally, but where you do also have a solid partnership and you can build things together. If this is from a health perspective, this could be talking about an activity or a hobby that you don't dread, right? That you're not only like it helps your health, but you also enjoy it, right? Because sometimes like some people, let's say, I don't know, let's say they don't enjoy the gym, but they feel it, like they need to do it for their health, or they don't like running or walking, but they do it for their health, whatever. This is like you being able to find something that you actually love very, very much, and you can get from it like material, physical benefits, and which I love. And this is also saying that you also have a balance when it comes to dealing with local things and international things, with local land and foreign land, if that makes sense to you and resonates to you. And also you are really not only mastering your emotions lately, but you're also in touch with them and in control of them, and you're very appreciative to all the waves of emotions that sort of hits you. You're very powerful, and like I see you very, 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 very powerful, like in here, right? As if you're feeling this upsurge in energy, this surge in power, this accelerating movement. There's a lot of movement in this, and it's done gracefully by you. So I see you very graceful. I see you really dancing around life as it's, as if it's a dance. And also this talks overall that any body of water is good for you. So drink a lot of water, be near water, go to the water, all of the above. Let us take another look at your energy as well. So far, so good, Sagittarius. It's amazing. So we get helping others is helping yourself in reverse. For the whole law can be summed up in this one command: love your neighbor as yourself. And it came in reverse. And so I feel that with this, you have had your share in helping and you will be resuming that soon. But for now, you gotta tend to yourself, to your own. So there is something that you're trying to accomplish for yourself here. There is something that is really like the energy is pushing you to do that for yourself. The universe is sort of backing you up before you go back into the train of, being there for others in that sort of capacity. Beautiful. Now, let us look at the love aspects. So this is like your romantic relationship, sex, your also household, your shared money, whatever it is, right? Everything that has to do with your romantic couple. And if you're a single person, then has to do with your dating or lack thereof, like, so just basically with your self-love or relationship to self. Let us look at that. I'm using the Golden Tarot. The first card is the Moon in reverse, and this talks about there's no more things up in the air or hidden or not told. This is the card of everything that was untold told. So there is some clarity here. And with this, not only I see you have more clarity in how to move forward when it comes to your love department, but also for me, this feels like a necessary conversation that sort of like you didn't plan for it. It sort of just happened, or it's gonna happen, without planning. It's gonna be spontaneous, but then it's gonna prove to be very pivotal, because during that conversation, you're gonna talk about a lot of things that maybe were told ambiguously, or maybe they were like pointed towards certain subjects or whatever. But with this card, what this is telling me is like you're both no longer dancing around any certain issues, and it's sort of like everyone's in both, like in the relationship, both parties are just really laying out their cards on the table open, putting their heart out, talking really like their do's and don'ts, sharing with each other boundaries, sharing with each other what they want from life at this moment, how they change, what do they want. It's a very clear conversation, and it's very enlightening, and it's very empowering, and it was so necessary. And the beautiful thing that it happened, or it's gonna happen without, planning. So you're gonna feel like you get more clarity, and because of it, and thanks to it, you're gonna have a lot of clarity, like moving ahead in your romantic relationship. And you get with it the Nine of Cups in reverse, and I feel this is like really talking about how you can make a difference in each other's lives, without suffocating each other. So it's sort of like the spaces in between. So being able to be close, being able to be there for each other, being able to nurture each other, being able to support each other without also like completely merging. So it's sort of like trying to be like being able to achieve independence within a unit, right? While nurturing each other, right? This is not like total independence. So, and also here I see that you're opening up to each other. Like if you have sort of so if you're dating, or if you're looking to date, or also like this, if this is between you and yourself, you're gonna have your walls down. You're gonna share your vulnerabilities with yourself or with the other person, and you're not gonna be afraid to show that you need something, or that you're weak, or that you have these feelings, or so right. So you're showing your vulnerability. And if you are partnered up, this is also like telling what to the other person, sort of venting to each other, opening up to each other, telling each other's darkest secrets, telling each other's what like really makes you feel powerless, what makes you feel powerful. And within all of that, like you're also, without like being too harsh with each other or sort of demanding. This is not talking about ultimatum, but it's sort of highlighting to each other what would you expect from the other partner in an ideal scenario, and how you can practical when you come back to earth, right, and try to be rooted and grounded, to sort of like find real ways where you can actually be there for each other, as much as each person is able to give or do. So that's really beautiful. Now, let us look at your money. We're using the Life Purpose Tarot for the money part of this reading. Animals in reverse. You understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance as the animals are part of your life's work. So, if you work with animals, so this could be directly or indirectly, right? Like you could be a veterinarian, right? Let's say, or anyone else who cares for animals or cares for their well-being or welfare or space, or an advocate or whatever right? Or if it's indirectly, like let's say you design websites or leaflets, let's say for animals, or you create a vaccine or antibiotic for animals, right? Whatever it is, right? Like anything that has to do with that. I see there's a little bit of either slowdown or maybe the volume of work, not only of work, just like of money is like a little bit dwindling, maybe. Maybe you used to and you need to change direction. Let's see, like once I pull the other card, it'll be more clear. You get school in reverse. It says the answer that you're seeking involves going to school, but it's in reverse. And so with these two, okay, the way I see it is that probably if you do things, if you continue to do things the way you used to, like you're gonna find yourself in a predicament and it's no longer sustainable. And so I see here like maybe because this is sort of like approaching something in a non-traditional way. So maybe this is sort of trying to find a solution between you and whatever organization you work with, right? That is both beneficial to both of you, but that does not fall within traditional lines, right? Something that will bring you good money, more money that you are making, and it also gives the employer or the company or whatever also something else. So this is like finding a middle ground that's not right. So let's say if we're talking about a job, this doesn't have to be, let's say, full time or part time or on site or remote. Maybe it's a hybrid job, maybe, right? So it's like middle solutions like that you. But what this is telling me is that you should be the one to ask for that or look for that, and you gotta teach yourself that, right? There's nothing in the books. There's nothing. This is not something that you can read about or learn about or whatever. This is something that you need to sort of invent as you go. What else? Since this is your money, we're gonna look at them a little bit like upwards. Well, the funny part is like that there's all these numbers here on the board. And also, I don't know why these stars remind me of the European Union. So maybe you could be working with, like, there's money incoming from Europe if you're working with your European company. But also, I don't know, because with this in reverse or this, there's something about like also maybe things not being traditional. Like, so I don't know. So maybe if you usually get paid by bank transfer or by credit cards or whatever. So maybe there's an alternative payment method that you need to figure out in order to be able to land a job or whatever. Like you shouldn't be too focused on logistics. And also, when I'm trying to look at it now, both both school there's a teacher that's teaching you, right? And with the animals thing, like you're caring for the animals. And so the fact that they're both got showed up as reverse, and they both evoke energies of nurturing other people or being nurtured by other people. I think like this is indicating to me in a money sense that maybe also you should be nurturing yourself, because this really like lines up with the message of this the helping others is helping yourself in reverse, right? This is really aligned with this now that I'm noticing. And so these three cards are all in reverse, and they all show someone caring for someone else. And so I think this is also an addition that like when it comes to your own money, you should prioritize it. That means you should be saving instead of spending it on socializing or on like socializing or anything of the sort. This is talking about like you saving, you're trying not to depend on others, you're trying to build a nest egg for yourself, you investing in yourself, and also this is saying like whatever money is gonna come in, don't just share it. This is not a time for sharing that money. This is a time for just internalizing until you're able to share it again. So maybe this is the universe preparing you that you might need this money in the near future, right? So be cautious, be conservative here. All right, so we wouldn't like take too long on this area. Let us look with the daily guidance and talk a little bit about what's going on in your head, Sagittarius. What are you planning? What are you thinking? Let's take a look at that. Okay. You're moving on. I love it. Let your past go. The burden of carting your past around has made you wary. Dear one, it's time to set this burden down. Keep only the lessons and the love and leave everything else behind. You don't want it or need it, and it's now gone. So, yeah, I love that because this is what's going on in your mind. So that's telling me that maybe around this time, as I said, like when you tapped into this reading or in the near future or a little bit backwards, what's on your mind, you have been like ruminating thoughts that belong to the past, and it's something heavy, right? It's something that like wears you down and it feels like a burden, and so it's really the time to let it go. So what maybe this is what's gonna show up in the partnership part of the conversation with your romantic partner. You're both sharing your burdens. Maybe this is your overall energy where you're trying to focus on yourself, right? And connect and find something that pleases both emotions and material. Whether this is you moving on from the job and letting that job that didn't treat you good, that wished that will be treating you good, letting them go. Whether this is letting go a notion that you're someone who's not able to save or invest or have money or be independent or all of that. And so there is something like here related to that, and I like it a lot because really it fits the reading. Let's see what other card you get about what Sagittarius is thinking about. What do you desire? And what I love about them is like they're both upright, right? Then at the end, I'm going to talk a little bit about which cards were upright and down a little bit at the end. But like for now, these two are upright. And it says, what do you desire? You now have the opportunity to write the script according to your heart's true desires. Once you clearly decide about your true desires and know that you're ready and deserving of them, they'll rush into your life as if by magic. This is talking about the power of setting your intentions and of deciding on what you want. And these two cards go really hand in hand, because in order for you to start thinking about what to desire from a clean slate, you gotta let go of your past. You gotta let go of that burden you're carrying that's making you heavy. You're gonna let go of these limiting beliefs, of everything that should belong to the past and shouldn't belong to the next chapter. And once you do that, you'll be able to start thinking about what you desire. And now that you have a clean slate mentally, you have the opportunity to start imagining, setting intentions, visualizing, and clearly stating what are your true desires. And you'll see how they will rush into your life by magic, right? So what's on your mind is amazing. Now, let us look finally at your relationships. These are family, friends, business, anything but romantic, because we talked here about the romantic relationships. So I'm picking the Shadowscapes Tarot for this. Let us look what the Saggy gets. So the first card is upright, and it's the Two of Cups, and I love it because this talks about the marriage of a partnership. So whether this is you partnering up with a new business partner, or sort of leveling up together, maybe you're expanding the business, maybe you're becoming even more involved with each other, or maybe you're meeting someone new, right? If this is talking about friendship, this is solidifying a current friendship, leveling up that current friendship, really just being there for each other. Family, the same, getting really like, this is good. This is like really, really good. This is like amazing. That's the best card you can get, for a relationship, is the Two of Cups, because it is like union. And so your relationship front, like, you have no worries, Saggies. You're gonna have a good relationships with, everyone. And so let's see. Whoa, Four of Pentacles. Also upright. And so with the Four of Pentacles, this is talking about something, solid, and it's usually like the card of like the miser, or like holding on to things, and holding on to stability and security and all that. And so I feel that first, if this is talking about like a business friendship, right, or partnership, you're both really like joining efforts in order to create for both of yourselves like much more abundance when it comes to your security. So maybe you want to earn an extra income to like save more money or whatever. This could also be talking about the theme of the conversations between you and your family, between you and your friends as well. So there is that theme where everyone's looking to secure the bag, to save a little bit more aside, to invest. And so maybe you're discussing with family like things related to properties or land or businesses or whatever. With your friends, the same. But the beautiful thing is like, this is not only a topic or a theme that's prevalent. From the way I can tell, one of these relationships is gonna be, it's gonna be a great, so you're gonna partner up, right? Like, so maybe you're working with a family member or with a friend or with someone. This doesn't always have to be work, because this is actually just a relationship position. But this could also be like, I don't know, maybe someone will give you a great idea, maybe someone will show you the way to do something, maybe you will help someone else. So there is that sense of like, part, like you and someone, or someone will make a difference in your life, and you're gonna make a difference in someone's life. One of your friends and or family or business partners or clients, right? And this is positive. This is related to your security and your foundation. So if we look at all the reading, right, your relationships both upright. So this is amazing time to solidify these relationships. Like I said, to partner up, to discuss things, to give each other tips, to elevate each other, and to support each other when it comes to securing a more secure future and having more money and more resources and investing and saving and all of that. When it comes to your plans as well, or whatever you're thinking in your mind, they're both upright, which means you're going to be able to let go of that past. You're going to witness, a paradigm shift, which is amazing in your mind. And then finally, you're going to have a clean slate, no more burdens, in order to you to start setting the right intentions, setting the right visualizing, imagining that bag, imagining that security, imagining that thing, and imagining scenarios of how can I realize this? How can I combine my powers with someone, or use their knowledge, or whatever it is, to secure that, to have that security? You're chasing security here. And with your money, you got both reverse, which is telling me like really this is all stemming from some sort of financial like things weren't going well, right? Like your finances have seen some struggles. There's been some things, some issues, and so that was the fuel to motivate you to go in this direction. Now, if we look at the love and the love connection, right, or the love life, both cards are reversed, which means there is a lot of things to discuss. But like I said, these are like things that were needed to be said, and so hence I'm not considering this as like obstacles. Not at all. These are conversations that needed to be things. These are things that needed to be put out there. These are like things that needed to be said, and because it's the Nine of Cups in reverse, it's positive in a relationship because this is talking about you depending on each other and you trying to be more vulnerable with each other, and also be vulnerable more with your own self. Now if we look at the energy, you got a mixed bag, one upright, one reverse, but the actual reverse one is talking about instead of others, yourself. So it's like two upright, right, when it comes to your own thing. And so you have great energy. You're going to be able to marry your emotions with your material, and you're finally going to find a solution that appeals both to your own security and to your own fulfillment. Like that choice is going to appeal to both of these things, and you're going to help yourself a lot. When it comes to your career, you are letting go of something, or changing your attitude with someone, and they're going to really see how much you're valued, and they're never going to take you for granted even if you didn't end up still working with them. And as for your body and diet, you got two reversed. I see you a little bit like maybe with all of this going on, maybe tending to not prioritize your health and be a little bit sedentary. I don't want you to do that. I want you to be active. I want you to be open to other cultures, to other fitnesses, to other diet regimes, to other alternative healing methods and all of that. But number one important thing is not to be sedentary, right? Move, move, move. So that was our reading for today. I love you, my dear Sagittarius. Thank you for watching till the end. Thank you for clicking that like button, because it shows me that you appreciate my content. Thank you for sharing my videos by clicking the share button, and thank you for subscribing. It helps my work reach a wider audience. If you did not subscribe and you're watching this video, please click at the end of this video on the Sagittarius Tarot icon. It's for free and it helps me a lot. So stay blessed, aligned, and connected. I love you. Don't forget to check out my Instagram page, Easy Simple Bliss. You'll find a lot of content that I don't publish here. It's like a complimentary, right? Like daily content. And I hope you like it. Thank you so much.